Yes. Medical science is one of the major achievements of the human beings. It allowed human beings to live longer, and not only that, but live with quality life as well. With the expanding longevity of time span, and also with the increased expectations of our lifestyles and our requirements of our bodies, if this increase in demand on medical services. Now, the medical services, they need to look at the medical care and healthcare in general in terms of long-term care, instead of just one episode per time we treat it and we move on. In order to really do all of that, we need to think about the prevention of disease or the early detection and so on. And in my presentation, I'm going to try to shed some light on how AI can support healthcare and maybe transform medicine into something that we cannot really fathom as of today. Let's look first at the current data sets that we have. 10 years ago, everybody started digitalizing the medical records. And then we started also, maybe even before that, with the genome project. And then now we do have social listening, we have GPS, we have CCTV, we have the census and demographic analysis. So all of these things, they are a lot of data for the modern doctor. The modern doctor can do a lot of analysis, but as these data sets, they increase more and more, it becomes overwhelming for the doctor to decipher all of this and get some insights and make sense out of it. This wide array of data sets with increasing volume of data is really a huge playground for AI. During this short presentation, I'm going to introduce you to some friends. First of all, let me introduce you to Jane. Jane is a young working mother. She's unaware that she's potential to breast cancer. Next, we have Mohinder, who recently was diagnosed with TB. TB is a respiratory infection. It is dreaded. It can really lead to death if it's not treated early. He's unaware as of today. Here, this young man, Yang, is really one of my favorites because he wants to, when he grows, he wants to study computer science. He suffers from epilepsy episodes, and he sees some voices, and the doctor has been treating him as if he's schizophrenic, while the doctor was wrong in the diagnosis, and Yang has a tumor in the brain that allows those visions that are not real. Unfortunately, it's not treated completely dead. Finally, we have Mahmoud, who suffers from multiple sclerosis. This is a neurological disease where the neurology system deteriorates. There's no cure for it. Mahmoud leads an active lifestyle. She's a young lady, However, she gets those episodes and sometimes she doesn't have anybody to take care of her. In the modern medicine, there is what we call the patient journey. And this is similar to the customer journey that we talked about yesterday. For the modern medicine patient journey, like I said at the beginning, it represents long-term care. And medicine should try to intervene in these points. The first step is to try to prevent the disease from starting, so we can predict it. Here we're getting into the AI technology, so we can predict it and prevent it from happening. And then, let's say we couldn't detect it or prevent it, then at least we need to early detect it, such that it doesn't deteriorate and it just becomes unmanageable. And then when it comes to the diagnosis, we need here to make accurate diagnosis without all hassles for the patient, not to ask him to do 1,000 scans and blood tests, and then his insurance is not going to cover that. And then finally, when it comes to the treatment, either that we completely kill the disease or at least make it manageable so that the person can live a quality life. Each one of our dear friends here fall into one of those patient journey steps. Jane, we really need AI to help her predict the breast cancer disease and prevent it from happening. Mohinder, he contracted the TB recently and would like AI to help him to early detect it. Yan would like to give his doctor the right tools such that he can make the right diagnosis. Mahbouba, we want to give her some AI tools that help her, that if she suffers from one of the episodes, nobody's taking care of her with her, then someone can be alerted in order to really go and help her. Let's see in more details how this is going to happen. For Jane, we do have an amazing technology, which is the genetic sequencing. The genome really it's completely based on AI. It's the most minute details about all of the cells of a particular organism. This organism can be a human being, can be a virus, can be a bacteria of any strain. When we have those detailed information, we can predict how these cells are going to mutate, how are they going to behave to particular medicines. One of the major problems that we as human beings have now is the antibiotic resistance. So the genetic sequencing coupled with AI modeling, it will help us to predict these kind of things. By the way, there was a tool that has predicted the coronavirus before it happened, and this was based on scanning the social media and coupled with the previous experiences that the medicine has about SARS in general, because corona is not the first SARS virus. But then our world leaders didn't believe in technology at that time. So Jane here, the AI will help her to predict that she is prone to having breast cancer and that she can take the measure to prevent it. Let's go to our dear Mohinder. He is really head of a big family and he cannot accommodate that he loses his life or becomes ill for a very long time. So radiology is another breakthrough when AI started helping it, because now we do have the image processing. It is one of the statistics say that the AI for radiology or advanced scan processing, it can outperform 7 out of 8 doctors because it allows to accurately detect any kind of issues in the scan, whether it's in the respiratory system or digestive system. It can detect if there are weird cells or if there is infection or any kind of early degeneration in the cells. It means here we can help hinder recovery from TB is very easy if it's early detected. Now my favorite guy, Yang. Doctors, like I said at the beginning, are usually overwhelmed with a lot of work and a lot of demand on their services. Now, if they have access to medical researches, so they can do some simulations, they can do modeling, they can even share experiences with other hospitals. They can get some learnings through chatbots or medical cases, and here this would help them to properly diagnose that Yang really has something simple that can, not simple, but it can be simply curable. Who has a wearable, an Apple Watch? Who owns something and wears it on a regular basis? Yeah, significant number. This time, we do have a rise of personal wearables and personal devices, and they can really provide a huge improvement in people's lives. We do have wearables that can detect diabetes and hypertension. We do have pacemakers that are inserted in hearts, and they can be connected through Internet of Things. We do actually have, but this is very expensive and we do not cover it in insurance, we do have a complete heart. It's not organic, it's really printed, that we can insert inside the body, and it can operate exactly like a human heart, and it is connected through to the internet, such that if there's any kind of failure, someone can intervene. For Mahmoud, she can also have this wearable, so if she has this DIFC, it can detect it, and then maybe one of her family can be contacted and come to the rescue. And really not only that, there are so many examples, but I just did stick to our 4 friends. But if we look at the brain-computer interface, that's something amazing. Some time ago, doctors discovered that our neurological system is basically electricity. So as long as it's electricity, it means that we can convert it into digital signals. And that's exactly how the brain-computer interface works. For the artificial limbs, for people who lost limbs, or any body organs, so they can live a close to normal life. Surveillance of healthcare, associated infections, deep learning, and scanning with social media. We talked about that for the corona. Understanding disease mechanism, because now we do have the genome, so we can do some casual modeling and predictions. There is AI nurse, and this was also developed in Italy during the pandemic, because they wanted something basic that can do the regular checks like temperature, blood pressure, and so on, and they wanted to minimize the interaction between patients and the doctors. The AI nurse was not really like a nice robot like us. It looks like a box, but it served a purpose, because the doctors don't want to fall ill. Compassionate AI, this is something that we can provide for people who are terminally ill, like senior people, for example. Here maybe we can, the robot or the AI can provide them with counseling, remind them of medications, amazing possibilities. And of course we talk about the pandemic control and the prediction of mutation of viruses, and maybe here we can prevent the antibiotic resistance, which is the major threat we are facing nowadays. So where do I think the future? People always ask me this question: do you think that at a certain point of time AI will replace traditional doctors? As of today, the existing capabilities that we have in AI and the current solutions, they cannot do that. Number one, the AI capabilities that we have, they are niche. They are focusing on one topic. So we do have AI that covers, let's say, neurological diseases, and even not all neurological diseases, only maybe one or a particular case. This AI is focused on medicine and research, but it doesn't have the social cues and the cultural understanding in order to interact with people. The second thing is that, technically speaking, yes, we can definitely, the technology can really do anything, but the problem is with the cost. And will hospitals be able to pay the high cost of these technologies for this advanced AI? Maybe in the future, something like this can happen, but I don't think it's going to be within 10 years' time. AI now, like we saw, it can assist a lot of doctors. It can really improve their efficiency, their capability to diagnose, and it can even help patients. So I'll give you another example. We can actually, if we scan, if the AI does the image processing and scans and looks at the scan, let's say we want to have advanced scanning or advanced analysis. Here we don't need the patient to go again and do maybe biopsy or something like that. Biopsy is usually done by surgery or procedure. Here, the AI can do modeling based on the scan and can even predict if we are going to do a particular surgery, what's going to happen, what are the different scenarios. So it's a completely different scope of assistance to our doctors. Yesterday we talked a lot about the challenges of AI, like governance, like data privacy, so these things apply. The model bias, here we're talking about really human health, and when it comes to humans, things really need to be completely unbiased. You cannot create a model that is specific for a particular race unless this is relevant. So maybe some diseases are prevailing in some country or some race, or here, this is going to be relevant, but it cannot be biased for just the sake of discriminating. Now there will be a bigger concern, which is that currently anything in healthcare really is owned by corporates. And of course they make money out of these kind of things, which is fine. They're not really charitable organizations, but here where is the balance? We cannot continue living with major corporations making money based on people suffering, and they just manipulate us in order to get more money or more data out of us. So here we really need all the world to change their thinking, because these technologies, they need to be available for everybody equally. People who are in Africa or underserved medically should get the same level of medical care that exists in Switzerland. We really should find a way to do that and stop fighting over a line that is drawn on the sand. With that, we have 1 minute and 30 seconds if you have any questions for me. Yes, please. Can we get a microphone for gentleman here?
Manal Allam from our team. With your last statement, you have highlighted that today, as in AI, cannot be replaced with a doctor, as it today. So are we sensing that after 20 years, such an AI algorithm will replace a doctor? I've divided into two questions, or 2 points I'll appreciate your support. One, the policy and legislations. How will be? The second thing, although it's an AI, although the algorithms of AI, the basic algorithm, the much you feel, the much AI is learning, as a doctor, would be more expert as a doctor, our decisions made based on emotion, on-spot decision. Is the AI to be replaced? And I don't think it's not possible, because the AI, that's an algorithm 1-0. At the end, they will be acting based on what there has been feedback. So, I have questions.
Thank you for these questions. Technically speaking, yes, AI can exactly simulate human thinking and empathy and emotions and everything. If you go to the internet and search for AI nurse Grace, you're going to find something really amazing. But that's very expensive. And like I said, corporates, they make money out of these kind of things. So it's a barrier towards the continuous development in order to reach that stage. So you can do a lot of deep learning, and you can give more practice to the AI in order to develop these things. But that's not there today, and maybe after 20 years it will be there. If you're talking about technically speaking, yes, it can happen. But we as humans, what are we going to do with that? It's really, I think these are the real challenges. Now, the second question regarding the decision making. Again, how did we as humans acquire these skills? We acquire them by learning, by practice. And this is really the same principles that are applied in deep learning. You provide initial data for training, and then after that, they get more information. It's exactly like Siri. How does Siri evolve? And you find that she's so close to your personality, or even your search engine, or Facebook. These algorithms are very strong, and they make decisions on our behalf. Maybe this is something so futuristic, but time will tell. In my point of view, if you ask me, yes, it's and we're going to have a very big problem as human beings if this happens. For the time being, yes, for maybe yeah.
Yes. And I was stating that the monthly fee they are still to stay in the position of enable the decision by.
Absolutely, yeah. Time will tell. Okay, so as of now, we're just predicting using the same technology. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, please. But I think yes.
Saudi Al-Mahdi from Exito, Global IT Director. My question is, we know that the role and impact of data in medical sector, but as I saw in your presentation, you are focusing on only one tool of the IT, of DT, which is AI. What about the other tools like VR, AR, and data analytics that impact medical sectors?
Let's pick the VR. I think that yesterday we talked about the metaverse. I think we alluded to the medical sector. In principle, you can technically create a metaverse for rehabilitation and physiotherapy, because it is going to utilize the same brain-computer interface. But here, the way of integration between the person and the technology itself is going to be through the goggles or the devices. Maybe it could be a body device. Telemedicine, this is something that now is really moving, because for the regular checks, I don't really, just a follow-up for an example, or the doctor wants to change my prescription, I don't need really to go to the doctor and meet them. There are other also technologies that we can give to the patients themselves. There was one slide, but I didn't have time really to go through it, that says that medicine now is yes predictive and preventive and so on, but also it encourages participation of the patient, so that the patient can be part of the solution, not just the receiver at the back. So if you give them mobile apps, for example, it's something very simple, but it can really impact the person's life, to track their food, the calorie intake. They can also track the activity. Here they can manage their diabetes in a very simple way. The same thing, you can provide webinars for the doctor. They don't need to, let's say here, the agenda was very good. I, as a practitioner, and not a doctor, I'm an engineer, But I mean, I'm a professional and I would like to invest in my education, so I come to this Congress and I spend 2 days in it. But sometimes I cannot. I only want to attend one webinar. So this also is a service that can be done for the doctors. Doctors also can, as of today, they can group in a Zoom meeting, for example, something very simple. But they can, doctors from all around the world, they can meet and discuss a medical case, like an advisory board, and discuss how they are going, what is the best practice for this particular case. So there is really a lot that technology can do for the healthcare.
Sadly, that is all we have time for, but thank you so much. Fascinating presentation. Now let's hear it. Thank you so much.